Hello everyone, this is Rudy Briksza here, bringing you another cube video for CoolStuffInc.com, and I haven't seen any of these cards yet, so this is going to be kind of an exploration between the two of us here, how many ever end up watching this. I'm only going to pretend there's only, one person watching this, it makes me feel like it's nice, unique, together. Let's see, there's a lot of interesting cards here. I kind of want to take Jace Beleren. Jace is like really awesome. I could take Corrupt here. Corrupt is a pretty good mono black card. It looks like really looking into a lot of mono colored themed decks based on this first pack. And so because of that, something like Corrupt might be extraordinarily powerful, especially if we get into mono black, but, Cryptrax is also in the pack. Smallpox, Phyrexian Rager. There's a lot of like reasonably good mono black cards. You take Consul's Lieutenant, start on the mono white train. You can do like some medium creature decks. So I think I'm going to take Consul's Lieutenant. It's also the only white card in this pack, and see if we can get some mono white aggressives in here. Elite Vanguard, really a nice card here. I believe might be pretty good. Is there anything else that I want? Timely's okay. War Priest of Thune is alright. I'm not sure how many enchantments are in, but Elite Vanguard is a nice one drop to have. And does keep us right on curve. Now, what do we have in here? Unfortunately, it doesn't really look like there's anything in terms of white. So I'm going to go ahead and take Dragon Fodder here. Dragon Fodder is a pretty reasonable card. Maybe we get to move it to red. Maybe we play this kind of Boros aggro deck. Obviously a little difficult with Consul's Lieutenant. But Dragon Fodder here is going to be pretty solid. Flames of the Firebrand also potentially pretty good, but I think I just kind of want to go wide. Mog Flunkies is kind of nice. Gearcrafter kind of nice. Hangerback Walker, City of Brass, also really nice. So lots of like really interesting cards here, but I think when we're playing aggressive, I think I'm going to go with this Mog Flunkies here. Seems to kind of do a lot of what I'm trying to do. Captain's Call's nice, but kind of just a little weak overall. But again, it looks like this is also kind of weak. We could also take Ajani, Adversary of Tyrants. Really good in all of our decks, and probably just a little bit better than the rest of these. So I'm going to go ahead and take Ajani here. Savannah Lines is a nice one to have. Swift Reckoning is kind of nice. Mutavault's kind of nice. Mutavault's actually really nice. If we do end up in red, Mutavault's obviously going to be a terrible pick here, and I'm going to wish I went back on the Savannah Lions. But Mutavault is just obviously extraordinarily powerful, so I'm going to go ahead and take Mutavault here. Good in all our aggressive decks. Fantastic with Ajani too, potentially. Just being able to make something that's going to be great post-Wrath. Let's see. I think Ajani Goldmane is the only card here that I would even consider taking. Isarith might be okay, but I think we're just going to take Ajani. So right now this Dragon Fodder is kind of up in the air. Kind of look a little good on the white cards. We definitely need a few more white creatures really to get going. Maybe one an Oblivion Ring. So at the current moment, we're just going to go ahead and play it slow, see what I get, but I'm pretty happy with how this is starting, considering we're playing a mono white. Let's see. Borderland Marauder's kind of nice here. Earthquake's kind of good. Cone of Flame's good. Chastise not very good. I think I'm just going to take Borderland Marauder. We still might be able to move into it a little bit, and if we do play red-white, Consul's Lieutenant we might not play, but Borderland Marauder is definitely something we would. So these cards pretty solid for here, especially if we just play a Boros aggro deck. And Ajani's obviously going to pair very well with it. Let's see. Abbot of Carroll Keep, not going to be pretty good in this deck. First Response doesn't seem great. Condemn might be okay. Obelisk Converted doesn't seem good unless we have like a full-on soldier. None of these cards seem great, so I think I'm just going to take Obelisk. Maybe we'll backdoor into a tribal deck. Not really excited about that pack there. Things are looking a little loose for as far as this deck goes. Looks like all the mono black cards came back, but there was no white cards in this pick, unfortunately. This does not seem very reasonable to cast in the deck. So I'm just going to go ahead here, and I think I'm going to take the Chord of Calling, because I don't think we're going to play any of these cards. Chord of Calling just has the highest potential. So I'm going to take this War Priest of Thune here. War Priest of Thune, nice little 2-drop. Also, maybe there'll be an enchantment that we can tag. Pretty happy if it ends up being playable, but you know, never unhappy to have this kind of effect stapled onto a creature. That's for sure. Be kind of just looking for a few more things. I'll take Spirit Link here. Obviously not ideal, but maybe we play against the mono red deck, and we're pretty happy to have that. Gear Crafter, kind of nice, especially if we're in the red strategy. Somebody took Mog Flunkies from that pack. A little unfortunate overall, but I think I'll be okay. I think I'll manage. Swift Reckoning, I'll certainly take that. Never unhappy to have a removal spell, that's for sure. I don't think any of these cards are very playable. I guess I'll take the Stepping Wildebeest. Chastise, I guess it's not terrible to have. True Believer, kind of nice here. Disenchant would be a nice wheel. Sentinel, also kind of nice. Marble Diamond, not great. Coat of Arms, could be potentially really good. I'm going to take True Believer here. Giving yourself Shroud is kind of nice, that's for sure. And I don't really like any of the other cards. Coat of Arms is a card that I might want to come back. Invoke I also wouldn't hate to come back, but I'm just going to take the creature. We're not sure how deep I am into red, so I don't know if I want this Goblin Glory Chaser just yet, but I know for sure this is going to be a card that I'm going to want. Puts us a little firmly into the mono white category, but I think that's okay. Paragon of New Dawns, awesome to have a Lord. Gideon's nice, but I think I'd rather just have the Lord. We also have a couple, don't want to get too expensive. You know, we're going to have a couple expensive Planeswalkers. So I'm going to go ahead and take Paragon here. Imposing Sovereign is awesome. Kytheon is awesome. I think I'm going to take Kytheon here. Imposing Sovereign is certainly a card that's going to come back. I'd be shocked if it didn't. But otherwise, if it doesn't, Alchemist Vial is a card that I wouldn't mind having, and Veteran Swordsmith's the same. But I'm going to take Kytheon. We want as many 1-drops as possible. Oh, Mobilization is awesome. It's going to be great against Wrath. It's just going to be something that we can, sink mana into. Also, we have some soldiers, not a lot, but, we have a couple in here that it might be able to work well with. So I'm going to go ahead and take that. Battlefield Forge is awesome here. I don't think there's anything else that I want. Maybe Blinding Angel. But I think I just want Battlefield Forge for sure, especially since it looks like we're going to be playing some amount of red. So I think I'm going to go ahead and take Battlefield Forge here. Glorious Anthem is awesome. So I think I'm going to take this. Just going to be fantastic all around. Loyal Sentry is nice, but not too good. Glorious Anthem is always going to be really good. So I'm going to be pretty happy with that. This deck's kind of like coming together a little bit. Certainly need a little bit of help here. War Valken, I don't know. We need Knights and Soldiers. Soldier, Cleric. I'm not really liking my chances to attack with War Valken here. So I think it's going to be either Ajani or Archangel of Tithes. I think I'm going to take Ajani this time, and then, maybe regret not having the Archangel. But I want to take the Ajani. Or it'll be an Ajani tribal deck. An Ajani theme deck, if you would. What do we got here? Oppressive Rays. Angelic Accord might be too cute, but Oppressive Rays is pretty alright. Nice little pacifism in the early game. So I think I'm okay with that. Certainly need a few more 1-drops. Obviously regretting having Mutavault in my deck and not Savannah Lions right now. Certainly regretting that one. Let's see. Looks like Disenchant is going to be the card. Not going to hate having that on the sideboard. I'm not sure how good Manic Vandal would be. Maybe Manic Vandal's actually pretty reasonable, come to think of it. Don't hate having a creature. Obviously, War Priest of Thune's fine. We want to get attacking here, especially with Glorious Anthem. No reasonable cards for us here, so just go ahead and take Might Evokes. Let's see. Well, it looks like the card that I wanted Looks like Imposing Sovereign did not come back, and that is pretty interesting. That is a card I certainly expected to come back. So I guess we're just going to take the Swordsmith, take the Sleep. Pretty surprised Imposing Sovereign did not come back. Seems like the perfect kind of card that somebody might not even begin to want, but unfortunate. Now, all white cards. I guess I'm going to take Crusader. Brave the Elements, also pretty reasonable. We do have a lot of non-white creatures, and Crusader's just a massive beating. Pick up some extra random cards that aren't going to do us anything, and even though we technically have a deck here, certainly going to need a few more pickups. Gideon's Lawkeeper, kind of nice here as well. And just remember, we do have these red cards that can easily, get rid of as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and take Gideon's Lawkeeper here. It's a fantastic one-drop. Going to be exceptionally happy to have it in the deck. Knight of the White Orchid is awesome as well. Celestial Flare is something that I might want at some point. Bottle Gnomes is okay. Sun Titan is a little loose, but maybe fine. But I'm definitely going to take this Knight here. That's for sure. Things are looking pretty alright so far, that's for sure. But still need a little bit to go here. Sublime Archangel is awesome. Pacifism is awesome. I'm going to take Sublime Archangel because this card hits hard. And hopefully I can get the Pacifism. Soul of Theros, not really great. Heliod's Pilgrim, not great. I'm just going to take this Remorseful Cleric. Not too unhappy to have that, but this with 16 lands seems pretty alright. I might do 17 lands because of Mutavault and the double white. These are looking kind of medium, to say the least, but that's okay. Might be able to get some better. Ooh, Grand Abolisher and Honor of the Pure, both fantastic here pickups. I'm going to go ahead and take the Honor of the Pure. We can start go ahead and cutting some of these red cards. Let's see, Raise the Alarm. Yeah, I certainly don't mind having Raise the Alarm here. It's a nice card. Can start cutting, some of these red cards, start making our whites a little bit better. End things just a little nicely. Mentor of the Meek, Hushwing Grift, Captain of the Watch. Wow. Where were all these cards earlier? But I'm going to take this Mentor of the Meek. Certainly don't mind having more creatures. Hushwing Grift is obviously awesome, but Mentor of the Meek as a draw effect is going to be really nice. Vryn Wingmare, also a fantastic pickup. And now our mono white deck is complete. That's for sure. None of these cards matter at all. I don't mind taking Fiery Impulse though. Maybe we end up in a spot where all the red cards are reasonable. We can board in the Battlefield Forge and the red ones. This is a pretty good spot to be in. I think I'm pretty happy with how this deck came out, considering that it looked a little weak for quite some time, but certainly got rewarded in this pack 3. Celestial Flare, never going to be unhappy to have that kind of card in your sideboard. Path of Bravery. That could be good. I'm not sure if that's good enough for the main deck, but that could definitely be awesome against the red matchup. Just being able to gain a few life here and there might be more than good enough. Heliod's Pilgrim. I don't think we have an aura card to get with it, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this Fling. You never know. Just take a random card at this point. At this point, I think we're just kind of locked in, to everything that I'm doing. Just gonna get the last couple of cards and then go from there. Just take some cards at random at this point. And I think we're gonna add 15 planes to our deck and get going. I think this is a pretty good spot to be in. I'm pretty happy with how this deck came out. So I'll be back in just a minute with match number 1. Hello, everyone. Rudy Briksza here, back with match number 1 of this mono white cube core set league. I'm pretty okay with this hand. Obviously not the most idea, but Consul's Lieutenant and 2 Honor of the Pure is going to be a pretty solid strat as long as the Consul's Lieutenant does not die. So we're just going to hope that somehow, some way, get away with it. Yes, the Swift Reckoning. How many creatures do I have in this deck? I honestly have no idea. I wish I would have learned that. Uh-oh. Protection from white? That's bad. It's the worst card that I could have seen. I did draw Sublime Archangel. That's kind of nice. I have to discard a card. Okay, let's discard this Spirit Link. I don't think Spirit Link is going to be very good. Ooh, that was really nice of our opponent. Our opponent attacking there. I'm going to go ahead and play Mutavault. Play Honor of the Pure. Let's go ahead and get in here with this Consul's Lieutenant. See if we can get this Renowned, have a huge, massive blocker, or a huge, massive attacker. Wow, and Renowned too. Mystifying Maze. Ooh. That is a nice one here. Maybe not great in the Liliana Spectre deck, but maybe our opponent's mana is so good that they can afford to do that there. Marble Diamond. Alright, pretty big fan. Kinda regretting not having this the Spirit Link now. Kind of wish I discarded a Plains. But I really wanted to cast the Sublime Archangel, so I don't feel too bad. I'm going to have Mana Leak here. Oh, that's pretty unfortunate. It's wild that we're winning this race, too. Another Diamond. Read the Bones. Ooh, Read the Bones is a pretty hefty one here. Have to be careful. It looks like 2 cards went on the bottom. Looks like our opponent is attacking. So let's go ahead and Swift Reckoning this. Mentor of the Meek. Go ahead and get in for 4 here. Dropping our opponent to 7. And now any creature we draw is going to be kind of nice. Maybe some of them might be too big for this, but that's okay. Fel Spectre. I discard a card. Alright, well, I get to discard this Plains. Pretty okay with that. I am obviously regretting just a tiny bit that I don't have Spirit Link anymore. This is going to come down to a race. I do have Mutavault if I really need a block, but I'm going to play the Plains here. Oh no. Alright, so my opponent is killing my Mutavault. It's kind of unfortunate. But we're attacking here for lethal either way. So, Ulcerate was kind of cool, but also kind of just killed our opponent. Oh no. What a mistake. I don't think there's really anything else I want here, although I do kind of want Celestial Flare now a little bit, just because it's going to be pretty good against the 2-1 that we can never beat. And Spirit Link is maybe not so great here. This hand, pretty good. I like it. I'm going to go ahead and keep this hand, especially on the draw. True Believer, kind of awesome against maybe some of what our opponent is doing. Unfortunately, I don't have a 1-drop here, and we certainly are going to need some lands to really get going. But I think this is an okay spot to be in. War Priest of Thune, only destroying enchantments. Not very happy right now. Kind of sad, to be honest. Ooh, I'm going to go ahead and play this. Go ahead and pass, because next turn I want to play this Ajani. Hopefully our opponent taps out again. That would be kind of nice. Opponent did not have anything. So I'm going to go ahead and let's Oppressive Rays this Phyrexian Rager. Oh, our opponent just had nothing. No, I do not want to use the ability. I didn't realize that our opponent had nothing here. Had I realized that our opponent had nothing here... Oh, whoops. I forgot. Alright, I'm going to get punished here for my foolish mistake. Not Oppressive Rays, not quite pacifism here. Please don't shred me for that one. I certainly deserve what just happened to me. That's for sure. I just got so greedy there. Had so many good things going on for myself, and I just played all of it bad. Duress. Duress is really good there, taking my Ajani. Blackmail. Okay, so our opponent's making us discard a bunch of cards, but luckily all of our cards are kind of the same. Just really need to not die to a Wrath here. But we're in a good spot here. And I think I have 2 soldiers here, so this Veteran Swordsmith is going to be another pump spell in addition to that. So I think our opponent is kind of dead on board. So I think I'm in a pretty good spot. We'll see what actually happens. Alright, let's play Veteran Swordsmith. See what happens. Opponent is kind of just dead on board anyway, but certainly don't mind forcing our opponent to do anything here. Alright, we win the match! That is certainly kind of nice here. So, pretty good start for the deck. Opponent kind of futzed around a little bit too much and kind of died to our aggressive deck. So, let's see what happens in match number 2. I'll be back in just a moment. Hey everyone, Rudy Briksza here, coming back for match number 2 with our mono white aggressive deck. Once again on the draw, I'm playing against, it looks like a green strategy. This hand, it's pretty obvious. I kind of like sometimes when, your hand doesn't force you to actually think about anything you're doing, which is kind of nice. Elvish Champion, that's fine with me. My opponent wants to trade here, I'm okay with that, but I don't think they're going to. Hopefully our opponent attacks here so we can block, get that free block in. Oh, our opponent didn't fall for it. Kind of unlucky, to be honest, but it's fine. Let's just go ahead and if our opponent wants to trade off, I think we can just wait a turn. On attacking. And Paragon pumps both of our creatures. And we're going to get to a point where we're going to be able to overwhelm our opponent pretty easily. And it looks like our opponent might have missed a little bit there as well. Now we get this massive creature with first strike. Both of our creatures are pretty good. And if our opponent wants to start chumping, we're in a good spot here. Oh no! What is this? This is a pump spell? Yeva, Nature's Herald. Oh, that's really bad for me. Oh, that's kind of unfortunate. That is a huge, massive blowout. Yeah, that was a nice one. Jeez. Opponent is gonna murder us. Oh no. I think we're actually just kind of dead, right? I think we just might be dead. That Yeva actually just blew me out right there. Yeah, I think we just actually might be dead here. It's a little unfortunate. Well, now I know to play around Yeva for the next game. Elves, pretty good. Opponent also has 2 lords in play. It's kind of nice. I can make my Crusader a 6/6, which is a pretty good spot to be in. So opponent has to figure out their attacks in a weird way, I think. If our opponent wants to just ship with all, I think that's still probably fine. If our opponent doesn't want to, that's good for me. Let's go ahead and play this Mentor of the Meek. I don't know if I can attack just yet. I could fire up Crusader here with Paragon. I think I'm going to do that. Just attacking with a 6/6 that I can make a 7/7 at any point. See how many creatures our opponent has. If our opponent wants to, gang block, might be able to start cleaning up their board a little bit, maybe start trying to work my way back in. Master of the Wild Hunt, pretty good. Pretty good. Thankfully, I have no force in the deck. well, this is kind of nice. We're going to just go ahead and I'm just going to trade off with Yeva here. This Master of the Wild Hunt, though, is gonna be a real problem, that's for sure. I'm not sure exactly what I need to do to get out of this. I think I'm probably looking for Sublime Archangel. Sublime Archangel comes in as a 6/5 currently, I think, and that should be able to kill our opponent in one shot. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I can 11 my opponent with it, which is kind of nice, but I think if I draw Sublime Archangel here exactly this turn, I might be okay. Otherwise, I'll be a tiny bit of trouble, that's for sure. I think if my opponent just decides to attack with some creatures here, I might be in a bit of trouble. Maybe we'll get lucky and our opponent just does not want to attack, which is kind of nice. I think with this Plains, that's going to go ahead and do it. I'm just going to go ahead and move on to the next game. Flood it out just a tiny bit there. Can't really do too much about that. I don't think Path of Bravery is going to be good. I don't think Flare is going to be good. I don't think Chastise is going to be great. I think we're just going to kind of submit the same deck and hope I kind of draw some flyers and such in the right order to kind of get somewhere. But I'm going to go ahead and keep this one. Knight of the White Orchid's nice to catch up if we miss our land drop here, and Remorseful Cleric is a good card for dodging everything that our opponent's doing. Drawing a land is nice. It means I can play Mobilization on 3, and Mobilization is definitely going to be a great way of going wide against the Elves deck, especially when we get into the kind of place that we got into last time. I'm not going to block here because I'm certainly winning this race by a pretty reasonable margin. Go ahead and start getting in there. I do have a Soldier and Paragon. Paragon being 2/2 of Vigilance is going to be kind of nice. Also pumping our Remorseful Cleric, also kind of nice. Lots of good things going on here. Let's see what our opponent's going to play. Thragtusk, that one's pretty good. It's pretty good. Just gonna go ahead and have to start making some tokens, start using some Swift Reckonings here to make some moves here. But Thragtusk, obviously a fantastic card against this matchup, and this might be real bad for me. But Mobilization is going to be kind of nice. Start getting some work in. 6 mana. Primeval Bounty. That one's pretty good. That one's pretty good. I don't like any of these things. None of them are good to kill. Not a single one. Let's go ahead and kill, I guess, the Arbor Elf. I'm going to play this land here. Since we can use Mobilization and raise the alarm here, so I'm in a pretty good spot for the most part. This does create soldiers, I believe, so they will be 2/2s with Vigilance. But I'm going to get bodied by this Primeval Bounty, that's for sure. Oh, what else with Primeval Bounty is a combination. My opponent's deck is absolutely sweet. Big fan. This Knight of the White Orchid is going to be nice. I've been holding it for just this amount right time. Master of the Wild Hunt 2. That's real bad for me. Just going to go ahead and let that happen. Let's go ahead and play this Knight. Ajani is a good one to draw here. Means this Remorseful Cleric is just going to go ahead and get massive. I should have given it Vigilance here. It's my mistake. Alright, so our opponent wanted to trade off for our Paragon. I agree with that. Makes a lot of sense here, but as I said, this Primeval Bounty is probably just going to slaughter me. This Mobilization could start making me 1/1s, but 1/1s are not really good in the face of a massive amount of value from Primeval Bounty. Conclave Naturalist is also really good here. Being able to destroy my Mobilization means that this game is now way out of control. I don't think there's a way out from. Well, it was a good game, opponent. Opponent's deck was much, much better than mine. That's for sure. This kind of deck, probably very good against this deck, for sure. So that's probably what they were looking for, but I'll be back in just a moment with match number 2. Hey everyone, Rudy Briksza here, back for my final match of this Cube League. I'm currently a 1/1. Don't have very many 1-drops in the deck, so not super surprised to not have anything to play here on turn 1. But getting to go War Priest of Thune and to mentor the eMeek and to raise the alarm to draw a couple cards is kind of a nice spot to be in here. Stitcher's Supplier. Looks like our opponent is playing a graveyard strategy. Rise from the grave, mutilate. Alright. Liking what I'm seeing so far. This is going to be a pretty alright curve. Mentor the eMeek letting us draw a couple cards is going to be, oh boy, fantastic. So hopefully it doesn't die. Yeah, and getting to go Mentor the eMeek, draw 2 cards, Paragon of the New Dawns is going to be a fantastic, fantastic card. Pretty much exactly what I'm looking for. Obviously wish I had a 1-drop that I could have played, but this is okay for now. The Mutilate being gone is really nice. It's a really big boon there. Hopefully I don't get languished. That's unfortunate. Murder's pretty good. Now I think I'm going to Paragon here and attack. And this way I can use Raise the Alarm to kind of play around some Wrath in the future. Zombie Infestation, Doomed Necromancer. Our opponent's deck is sweet. This cube is kind of cool. Lots of sweet things going on. Playing these monocolored decks. You know, the green deck looked great. Primeval Bounty bodied us. Jace the Living Guildpact. Maybe not great as a Planeswalker in standard times, but certainly pretty good in the graveyard theme deck, that's for sure. Alright, unfortunately another land here for me. Not great, so we're just going to go ahead and start going after our opponent's life total here. Use Raise the Alarm during the end step to make a couple of extra 2/2s. It's kind of weird scry ability. Icy Manipulator. Okay, that's pretty good. Just going to keep going wide here, though. Alright, Knight of the White Orchid, not great here, but that's okay. We're just going to go ahead and attack our opponent directly. Getting in for 6 here is quite a lot. So the real question is do I want to play this Knight of the White Orchid or do I want to follow up with it? I think I'm just going to go ahead and play it. And the reason being is if our opponent has a Wrath, Knight of the White Orchid's not really going to recover us from that anyway. And if our opponent ever wants to ult Jace the Living Guildpact, that's fine. And this gives us lethal through Icy Manipulator and a blocker as well. So pretty okay with playing it here. And if our opponent has a Wrath, they have a Wrath. This is a pretty okay position to be in. Also, if our opponent wants to minus on Jason, bounce one of the creatures to our hand, pretty good. It looks like our opponent has discarded a land every turn with their Jace Living Guild pack, which is probably not where they want to be in their graveyard theme deck. Yeah, it's pretty fortunate for us to be in at the moment. Ooh, some big mana. Beacon of Unrest. Alright, bring back Stitcher Supplier. All those are not very good. So I think this is going to go ahead and take care of things here. The Oppressive Rays. You don't even need to cast Veteran Swordsmith, but I'm going to just to make sure that I do the math right. But taps here, takes 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I guess I don't need to play it at all. But you know, sometimes you like going, I still had all these. So I don't think I'm going to change out anything. I think maybe Oppressive Rays is kind of bad here. Maybe want Celestial Flare instead. Spirit Link also kind of sucks. Probably want Chastise. So I think I'm just going to do that. Just make a couple of small changes and go on and try and beat up our opponent with their slow deck. Alright, this is a nice little hand. Kytheon into Gideon's Lawkeeper with a Mutavault. All kind of nice. Unfortunate. Flooding just a tiny bit here, but Mutavault can help contain that just a little bit. Just gotta hope to really dodge Mutilate here. Mutavault here also lets me attack with 3 creatures and flip my Kytheon. Doesn't look like our opponent has anything here, so I'm gonna go ahead and get to transform my Kytheon. Catalog. Ooh, that has to be a bad feeling. Discarding Platinum Angel. Okay. I kind of like that. What's kind of nice is Swift Reckoning plus Gideon can force Platinum Angel out. So that is really actually super nice here. Next turn I'm going to play Knight of the White Orchid. Go ahead and get a free plains out of my deck, since now is a good time to do it. Gideon's Lawkeeper also pairs really well with Swift Reckoning, so lots of good things going on. What I probably should have done was +1 on my Gideon's Lawkeeper here, so I could untap it, make it indestructible, be able to tap the Platinum Angel during the end step. If my opponent does end up buying it back. Hell's Caretaker. That's a good one. That is a nice one to have. We're flooding out just an easy bit. Just an easy bit. Let's go ahead and just bash on in here. I don't think my opponent is going to trade off with Gideon's Lawkeeper, so I don't mind go ahead and get him busy. Opponent just wants to put this Platinum Angel into play. Oh, interesting. They are going to block Gideon here. I'm a little surprised at that. I did think they were just going to Hell's Caretaker their Platinum Angel back into play. Our opponent did not. That's okay with me. Beacon of Unrest. Okay. It's a pretty good one here. Unfortunately, my opponent is going to get wrecked here. Just gotta hope our opponent does not have another one. Go ahead and get in here for 8, put our opponent down to 2, and hope they don't have anything. We've, not drawn a spell in a few turns, which kind of sucks, but we're just so far ahead it just might not matter. But if our opponent puts another Platinum Angel into play, we might be in a little bit of trouble. They redrew their Beacon of Unrest. Alright. That's a little unfortunate. Do we have a way out? Do we have a way out? Let's see, freeform. Now I want to view my deck. Is it possible to view my deck? I don't know if I have a way out here. Come to think of it. Do I have a way out? I think I do, but I'm not 100%. But now that our opponent's at 0, now we're just playing the game of we have to wait and hope I find an answer. Because our opponent has Mutilate, which should be pretty devastating here. Our opponent's going to kill our Gideon if that happens. Mutilate. Yeah, it's really bad for me. Especially with only 3 swamps in play, their Platinum Angel gets to survive. Well, that's kind of nice. Let's go ahead and do that there. Our opponent is at 0, so as long as Platinum Angel dies, Chastise was the out. That's the one that I couldn't think of. I'm glad I drew it and didn't have to think about it, because that would have been pretty bad. As long as our opponent doesn't have a counterspell here, I think I should be okay. Otherwise, I think I might deck. I just don't think I have another out after Swift Reckoning and Chastise, which would be kind of unfortunate. If our opponent has a discard spell here. Ooh, Icy Manipulator to tap their own Platinum Angel so Chastise can't kill it. That's a heads-up play. That'd make our opponent big-brained. Okay. Our opponent is a big brain. Go ahead and just start doing some work here. I guess I'll play around Force Spike, not some discard spell, though obviously I'm going to regret it. If our opponent wants to just Icy Manipulate another Platinum Angel every turn, hopefully we'll find an answer before then. Phyrexian Arena. Okay. That one's really good here. Our opponent obviously cannot lose the game. So we have to see if we can find an answer to this Icy Manipulator. Alright, Zombie Infestation. Ooh, well, that is kind of an okay one. Now I kind of want to board in Battlefield Forge if we don't get to the next game. There's just no reason to attack because our opponent is dead immediately to Chastise. So all we need to do is either find a removal spell if we have one for one of these. I'm not sure that I do outside of Chastise. But I think I also boarded in Celestial Flare as well. But I don't think I actually have an answer to my opponent just Icy Manipulating their Platinum Angel every turn. Alright, I think I'm going to ult Ajani next turn. Sure, I'll attack with my War Priest of Thune, just because I can. I'm going to start making avatars. Just no reason not to do anything. Our opponent is going to deck us, I'm sure, at some point. That is our current plan. Soul of Innistrad. Okay, that one's pretty good. 26-26 because I can. Let's go ahead and do this every turn and play this game. I don't know what exactly we can do here. This kind of feels like I'm you know, spinning my wheels. I don't really think I actually have an out here. Opponent is very heads up, though, that's for sure. Here's our Ajani theme deck doing work. It's just gonna, you know, keep playing this game. If we sit around and do nothing until something happens, until we either find an answer or deck. I think the answer is we might just deck, but I want to, you know, make sure first before I do anything. Our opponent can obviously never lose the game. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Stormtide Leviathan. All lands or islands in addition to other types. Oh, that's pretty good. Jace, a Living Guild Pact. Pretty solid. Bounce my avatar. You won't. They did! Oh. Gain some life. Start building up towards more ultimates. Do I want to attack this Jace here? I think I do, actually. I'm just going to go ahead and get this Jace out of here. Just so my opponent can't accrue any value with it at all. And stuff, 4 mana up for Chastise. Does my opponent have a murder? Oh, they did. Oh, no. That was unfortunate. I'm actually a little bored because I just really am not sure, but I really want to see if I have an out. You know, I do have 19 more draw steps. I do have a Celestial Flare. It's in a pretty okay spot, I think, for the most part. You know, there's the Celestial Flare. Let's go ahead and just put some counters on everything. Gain some life. Let's go ahead and force the Soul to attack here. So why not? Maybe your opponent's going to keep buying back Helltaker and Stormtide Leviathan, but we have pretty good answers to all of those. I'm about to ultimate this Ajani Adversary of Tyrants, and that'll make 3/1/1s every turn, so I'll be able to pressure this Jace the Living Guild Pact pretty easily. Hell's Caretaker. Okay. That's basically what I wanted to happen there. Ooh, Mentor of the Meek is a nice one. Let's go ahead and make an emblem. I can start drawing cards now with Mentor. I'm going to go ahead and attack here. Go ahead and get this Jace out. So no Jace is just going to die here. Let's go ahead and plus on the Soul of Innistrad again. And yeah, let's go ahead and put some idiots into play. Yes. 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 Now our opponent's going to bring back the Stormtide Leviathan. Nice. Ooh, I like this, the Zombie Infestation Stormtide Leviathan combo. Big fan. Now only these two can attack. And I like that. Oh, yes. Yes. Our opponent fell for it. Oh, they must have a counterspell. I see. I see, I see. Rats. Gonna put True Believer in here. Yes. You have to attack. Gain 2 life. Put a counter on this. Yes. I will pay and draw some cards here. I don't want my opponent to know I have a card, so I'm just going to kind of keep... Oh, Remorseful Cleric would have been great earlier. Oh, it's a good thing I have that card in my deck. I'm beginning to lock it up. I'm pretty sure I just don't have anything here. At this point. Your opponent has to attack with Platinum Angel here. I think they didn't realize that. Unfortunately, I don't have the mana for Chastise here. Ooh, Sublime Archangel. Go ahead, take whatever this ends up being. Get some Honor of the Pure in here. Let's gain some life. Put some counters on some more creatures. Remorseful Cleric, force Platinum Angel to attack. Make some more things. Decline to draw every time now. Only a few draw steps left to see my entire deck. Make sure I can figure out what's going on. See if I have anything left over. I think the answer is no, but you always have to kind of check here, right? Just gonna go ahead and kill this thing. And I have Remorseful Cleric for it, so opponent can't really do anything here with it. I guess with Hell's Caretaker and Soul, they should be alright. Counters on everything. this point, I think I'm just trying to break Moto, you know. Sweet. There's no reason for our opponent to block here, but I kind of just wanted to attack to see how much it was. That's so much here. Oh boy. Alright. I'm going to take a couple draw steps here off of... I guess they're 3/3s now, or whatever. Yeah, they're just 3/3s, so I don't actually get to draw cards anymore. Aether Spouts. Ooh, that might have been really good. Yeah, I think at this stage, I think it's kind of over. So I'm just going to actually concede this game because I'm pretty sure that I don't have anything left. Yeah, I did not have anything left. Okay, so I think at this point, based on what happened, I think I'm going to board in Manic Vandal in the Battlefield Forge and also a Mountain. Because that might be one of our only ways to actually get our opponent there with that. Showed them a little too much. I don't think there's really anything else here that I would want. Nothing that really does anything. I guess I could board in Smash too, since Smash kills Platinum Angel, and Platinum Angel's realistically the only card that I care about. You know, we are going to see probably enough of our deck, unless, you know, we just get bodied. Vryn Wingmare's not great here, so I think it's just going to be these cards. This should be more than good enough. Don't want to put too much out. Maybe instead of Manic Vandal, we want Smash. Actually, maybe we want Manic Vandal too, just because our opponent showed us a bunch of mana, some mana rocks too. Is there anything I don't want here? I'm pretty happy with everything. It's going to be kind of awkward. I guess Ajani Goldmane was the worst one. Alright, let's try this. See how this goes. I'm going to keep this one. We have Consul's Lieutenant into Anthem. Our opponent's like very slow, so we should be alright. Yeah, unfortunately, the game did not turn out the way that I wanted to, but it was still kind of nice. What's really nice here is if I draw a land, I get to go Glorious Anthem to like True Believer, Honor of the Pure, which is kind of dope. I think at this point I just kind of want to get this game over with, so I'm just going to go ahead and turn the pressure up as much as possible. Doomed Necromancer, sure. Well, I think I'm going to play Mentor here. Attack for 4, or there's no way our opponent's blocking. And the next turn, as long as our opponent plays land, we have to go Knight of the White Orchid into Honor of the Pure. And it doesn't look like our opponent has anything. Make all of our creatures massive. Getting to attack for 10 here is kind of sick. This is exactly the kind of game that, you know, I want to play. Drawing the Battlefield Forge is nice because it means now we have a free card at some point in time. Opponent does have Murder catalog here. Okay, looks like they're going to catalog. Oh, they had Platinum Angel. That's kind of good. So now we're at a stage where I kind of need to draw a one of my Artifact Crushers, or see if we can get our opponent to attack with Platinum Angel. We did show our opponent Celestial Flare and Chastise, so I would not be surprised if our opponent plays around that. Ooh, so now we're at a tough point in this game. Icy Manipulator, that's really good. Consul's Lieutenant pumping my team means I get to attack with my Mentor of the Meek without fear of trading it off. I don't think our opponent's going to block, though. Nice. Our opponent tapping our Battlefield Forge. It's kind of good, I guess. Kind of doesn't really do anything. I just have to dodge. We know our opponent only has one counterspell in their entire deck. I have to dodge some sort of discard spell. Soul of Innistrad, pretty good. I'm going to F6 here, see what happens. I don't think anything's going to happen. Just go ahead and we settle into this. We need to pass every turn. Hopefully we find one of our artifact removal spells. We do have Manic Vandal as well. Unfortunately, both the Anthems in play means our Mentor of the Meek is almost entirely shut off. Unfortunately, we're in a pretty bad spot here. Not really too much that I can do. Too much that can be done. Do have to find, our artifact removal spell and hope that our opponent does not have a counter spell. Stormtide Leviathan, pretty good here. It is a really good clock. I do have Celestial Flare, but Celestial Flare doesn't really matter. Do have to kind of kill this here. Again, we do have a spike. We have two different cards that kill Platinum Angel on the spot. And as long as our opponent doesn't have their counter spell, they will die immediately. Alright. Gideon's Lawkeeper here is awesome. That's a great way for me to kind of keep out of range. That had murder. That's really bad for me. Yeah, I think I'm kind of dead here. Platinum Angel, pretty good. Our opponent has Icy Manipulator for a red source, so we need to draw a second red source and something else. Our opponent can attack with Platinum Angel. I just have no cards in play. Sure. I guess I don't want to cast that. I want to save it. I know they have Phyrexian Ravina and Zombie Infestation. I think I'm just dead here, though, which is kind of unfortunate. Our opponent's deck is really cool. Our opponent's deck is working perfectly at the moment. Our deck worked really good, too, but didn't have quite enough of what we needed. That kind of sucks. Drawing Plains here is pretty bad. Pretty bad. Pretty bad. It was a little unfortunate. Are going to lose just this Stormtide Leviathan plus Platinum Angel. So that kind of sucks. This game was super close, though. I can't win. If I drew a Mountain here, I think I would have been in a pretty good spot. I think I'm supposed to hold this Battlefield Forge, actually, so my opponent can't Icy Manipulator it. I do think that's going to be the end of it. Flooded out pretty hard, but that's okay. Still, 1-2's pretty bad, but sometimes that does happen. But anyway, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll catch everyone next time.